Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Daryl.
That's right. Here we are, Jeremy and Daryl, back again, Season 3, Episode 122, in your ear holes and your eyeballs.
We're here.
We're here.
We're on the internet.
That's it, on the interweb,
Yeah.
the World Wide Web.
That's us.
That's us.
We get about.
Yeah. I got exciting news that we just got to start with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like exciting news.
We finally did it.
What did we
Daryl,
do? What did
we finally did it.
Did I do something?
You know what we did? It feels like it's been years
Yeah.
in the making. But it finally happened.
You did.
We have designed chain out jerseys for 2026.
Woohoo.
No, not these ones.
yeah.
Not these ones. Not these ones. Especially if
This
you're
is the old
listening,
model.
don't think that we're wearing them. If you're listening to this later.
Yeah. No, you can. We finally got around to doing it. We designed them, and you know, like I say about a lot of things about me and you, is that we very rarely agree on things. So
Sure, that's
we agree
fair.
on some things, but most of the time we're not always in perfect alignment.
That's right.
So
We
which-
are a perfect yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. So we thought it was only fitting that we would design a jersey each ourselves, kind of representing our own little flair, our own little vibe
Yeah.
into jersey form.
Our own kind of color schemes that we like and
Yeah.
such. So if you want to see what those jerseys like and you want a sneak preview, head on over to our Patreon. You can find the post there. It's up. Anybody can see it. You just got to head that way.
That's it.
And if you can't find your way over there, you get lost, don't worry. At some point, we'll put out a social media post, maybe in a week or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, we've got another first tonight as well.
Okay.
Yeah. We've had guests from Eastern Canada.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. I say Eastern Canada.
Yeah. I can't believe you even brought that up again.
Probably should be more like Central Canada.
Okay. There we go.
But we've also had guests on from Atlantic Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we're going to have the first time we're going to have somebody live from the Rock.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah, Edgar Hartling. He'll be joining us in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. And
Can-
I think, he's going to be joining us about 15 minutes. And one of the crazy things is he's 3.5 hours ahead of us. This is,
Right.
I think, the first time I've talked to anybody in that 3.5 hour time zone.
All right, yeah.
So he's staying up late for us.
He is. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and let's talk about some tournaments that happened this past weekend, Jeremy. There were 8 disc golf events in Canada, 3 provinces,
Mm-hmm.
4 C tiers.
Yeah.
But strangely enough, though, there weren't any in Ontario. They were in
They're
BC.
always in Ontario.
They normally always are because they have the weather. But no, this weekend they were in BC, 2 in Alberta, and 2 in Nova Scotia.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. This week, though, we're going to highlight the Clifton Estate Meltdown 5. That took place in Windsor, Nova Scotia at the Clifton Estates Disc Golf Course. Now, Windsor, I don't know if you know, is just under an hour northwest of Halifax.
I did not know until I looked it up on the map. And then I knew.
Yeah. Well, that course has been number 1 in Nova Scotia for at least the last 2 years.
That's what UDisc says.
Yeah. Brendan Kehoe and James Nelson, they were the tournament directors. Now, this was another 2-day tournament with the pros and MA1, FA1 on one day, and then the rest of the AMs playing on the Sunday.
Right. Okay.
So, believe it or not, they got 50 players out to the event. That's pretty good, right? And you're
Yeah.
probably thinking, 2 rounds, 1 day, that's my kind of tournament.
I usually like those ones because
Yeah.
really, you get it. You got your rest of your weekend to you. You don't feel so tired, that kind of thing when you
Yeah.
play
Yeah,
2 quick rounds.
that's fair.
Yeah.
How about if I said that it was a 24-hole course, and instead of 36, now you're playing 48 holes?
All right. So you pretty much played 3 rounds in one day is what
Yeah,
you did. Okay.
pretty much.
Gotcha.
Well, we want to say congrats to the MPO winner, Duncan McLean, and his minus 16 gave him a 4-stroke win over Devin McPherson and somebody who's been previously on the show, Dylan Gowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were no FPO players at this event, so let's instead, why don't we give the FA40 winner a shout?
I like that.
Yeah, Heather Edgar and FA2 winner Veronica Sweeney. Congratulations to you.
Yes. And, we normally pick a tournament out we want to highlight, but we also ask our listeners to let us know if there's anything that's going on in their neck of the woods that they want to shout out as
Yeah.
a tournament. And someone took us up on the offer.
Sweet.
Yeah. So Charlie Pickens reached out to us and he ran a Glow finale.
Yeah.
It was his 4th space race, I think, of the year. And they gave out a nice ace pot at this one. They had the big ace pot, and the way they rewarded it was they said the person with the most points and aces kind of combined it all together. So you had to have, so if there was a tie, did you have more points than the other person?
Yeah.
That type of thing. It was called the Wild Horse Space Race Glow Finale, and it was out in another big one.
I just love the names of these tournaments now. You can't just call it the Space Race 2020 or 2026 or whatever.
The Wild Horse. And it was out in West Kelowna, BC. So this is the Central Okanagan Disc Golf Club. So Carver Whitford, kind of that area there. Yeah, that's where that's coming from. Charlie was saying there was lots of cheering and good vibes on the course all night long. It was just a great time. Quick shout out to the winners. Aaron Yarman was the one who was the space race champion. Charlie Pickens, I don't know, maybe was he being kind that he only took second place? He didn't take first at his own tournament.
Yeah.
So
might look a little bit suspect.
Little sus, Charlie. And then Mike Taylor and Adam Romer tied for third. So if you want, head on over to Disc Golf Scene. Check out what else is going on in the Central Okanagan Disc Golf Club. They've got some other events planned, like the Club Eclipse Open is one that's coming up. And they've also got their spring doubles going on too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, just give me 1 second. I just have to take off my chain out hat and put on my Edgar hat.
Okay. Has it been changed?
It's been changed now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit closer to home, I just want to give a couple of shout outs here. So as we've spoken in the past, everybody knows, in Edmonton, we're going to be running the She's Up First tournament only for women.
Yes.
That's going to be happening, I want to say May 5th. I should know, May 5th or May 2nd, somewhere around that.
Sounds right around there. And if you want to see what it's all about,
just go to Disc Golf Scene.
Or also check out that post we put out. We put out a little video with some highlights and hits from Wally's Way. If you want to know what hole 10 looks like,
exactly,
and how hard it can be or how easy it can be to throw, we captured it all.
Yeah.
But sorry, continue.
Yeah. No, they are just looking for some extra volunteers. So if you're in the area, if you're able to show up on the Friday night, day of, anything like that, if you're able to help out, set up tents, stands, help with the packed lunches, setting up, drawing lines, anything that you're able to help out with, May 2nd is what I'm being confirmed as.
Yes.
Reach out to the tournament director on Disc Golf Scene, Zoe Lorenz Bozer, or Kristen Swirls.
Yeah, or any other members of the team that are all putting stuff out there. And, you and I have attended the event the last 2 years, and it was already getting big on the first time we went. And then it was the biggest Canadian women's event, or one of them. If it wasn't the biggest, it was right there.
It was the biggest apart from Canadian Nationals.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
but it's the largest women's only. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it feels like the steam is just running. We got people coming in from BC. We got people coming in from Manitoba. It's going to be great. Yeah. So why not go out and volunteer and help support it?
Just as the last update that I got, which was this morning, so a couple hours ago, there were 5 spots left.
Only 5?
Only 5 left. So,
do you think they'll make some extra holes? Make some temps? No, probably not.
They will.
They will if they need to?
If they need to. If they get more women signing up, they're definitely going to be making more holes to accommodate.
Or 5. Anyways, keep going.
The other thing is just kind of related into that is the tournament that I will be TDing or TDing, because the TD won't actually be there, so I'll kind of be running it, but with help from other people as well.
Yeah.
Is the USDGC doubles in Edmonton, the tag team championship. I just wanted to kind of put these two things together and say, we're over halfway full on that competition, but as of yet, we have no female teams signed up. So we have MA1, MA2, and MA40 teams signed up. One exclusive name missing that I haven't seen yet. But we have no female competition, no female teams. So if you're out at She's Up First and you meet a new friend and you get along playing well together, there's USDGC doubles that you can sign up for and have another round in one day.
You just get in a time machine, go back in time to April.
Well, that would be true.
Go into the doubles tournament.
Yeah.
Either way. So, find a friend and then see them again after the doubles tournament at She's Up First. All right. Is your Edgar hat off? Or are you putting back on your chain out hat?
Yeah. No, we're putting on a different hat now.
Yeah. Those are great events for sure. Now, Dion Eden, another person that we've had on the show before, reached out to us. If you remember Dion is the president of the BCDGA,
the British Columbia Disc Golf Association.
Yeah, and he's also the creator of PIMS,
playing in my shoes.
Yeah, and those are those events where they're organized to give disc golfers the opportunity to experience disc golf from another player's perspective. Kind of the goal with it is to support the growth of designing courses with accessibility in mind. So no matter what your abilities or how you play, that you can play at any disc golf course. So all of these events, they'll take place on the May 24th weekend.
Yeah.
And this PIMS event is just starting to get bigger and bigger. It's snowballing as well. There are going to be 30 events happening with possibility, Dion says, of even more to come. So check those out. You can head out to PDGA Canada, who just put out some social media posts on the PIMS events.
Yeah.
So check that out. And if you wanted to hear even more, you could go back to episode 85. Feels like it was just yesterday.
Exactly.
Right?
It can't be 50 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Almost. Wow.
But episode 85 was where we actually interviewed Dion, got his Desert Island discs, did his origin story, found out about PIMS and everything else going on. So go back and check that one out too.
Absolutely. All right. Moving down to Pro Tour news. Pro Tour, they had a weekend off last week, but this week they'll be back in business. They'll be down at in Charlotte, North Carolina at Hornets Nest for the 2026 Queen City Classic, presented by Another Round Disc Golf.
Yeah.
You know that course, right?
We do. We've heard of that one a number of times. I think it's been on and off tour, or it's been in match play and different events like that.
Yeah. We have one Canadian representing this weekend. That'll be FPO player Rebecca Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
We always ask that you follow our Canadian pros on PGA Live, message them on and support them on their social media. And I know after one of my tournament rounds, I appreciate it when somebody sends me some positive words.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen, but
it's usually us patting each other on the back or something.
That's pretty much what it is.
And your Chain Out podcast has two amazing sponsors this year. As you know, we've got BR Disc Golf and Disc Republic. And I got a little bit of information on both of them for this week. Brendan just announced for BR Disc Golf the 2026 Ambassador Team. I think I missed a syllable there the first time. Ambassador Team. And it looks like Alberta will be well represented. I'm going to hammer through these names and, you know, everyone who's listened to the show for a while, start checking off who you've heard, because some of them have been on the show and we've chatted to them before. So the team has many familiar faces, including Edmonton's Terry Heiserbaum Hong. There's a song about her, isn't there?
I've heard the song, yeah.
Bonneville's Dan Dupree's, Camrose's Nolan Terleski, Fort Saskatchewan's Mark Thompson, Edmonton's Jana Olsen, Calgary's Jordan Udenarden, Spruce Grove's Gabe Piska, Lloyd Minster's Will Granger, as well as Brendan McKinstry himself, and your two favorite podcasters, Daryl and Jeremy, were part of that ambassador team. And our new captain, El Capitan, from Calgary, Amber Chasen.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had a great captain in Terry Heiserbaum Hong last year. Amber has taken the reins, and I'm excited. She might run a tight ship, though.
Yeah, you think
I think
so?
if we don't follow the rules, we might be in trouble. What do you think?
No, I think she's
think
just,
we'll be okay?
She's just good vibes all around.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And then also we have Disc Republic as a sponsor, and we keep talking every week about using the code CHAINOUT when you shop with one of our sponsors. It's a promo code that will support us.
Yeah.
I said, why don't I try that and see if it works? So I went to Disc Republic.
Did it work?
It did work.
Awesome.
It worked, and I got a box in the mail, and I just want to show you real quickly what I got, Daryl. You know, I'm a bit of an MVP gyro nut.
You are a... Yeah?
Yeah. So I got
MVP.
myself a Neutron Boca Mocha.
Mocha Boca.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I've heard...
I believe that's how you have to say that before you throw, every time you throw.
All right, everybody. Here goes the Boca Mocha. But anyways, this one here, 7.6 minus 2.1. I'm excited to give it a try. Apparently, it flies like a trail. It's just even easier to throw.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up with what?
2 or 3 of those as well.
by the time we get to the end. And then on the other side, we had Scott Stokely on the show.
We did.
And he was telling us about all of his Stokely discs, but also about those Ching discs. And he was really telling us about the thumb track.
Yeah.
I said, I need to know what that thumb track's about.
Okay.
So I picked up a Precision as well. Feel this thing. Tell me what you think. Do you think you could throw that?
I mean, it's super grippy. Yeah, it's different. I don't know if I would be inclined to use the thumb tracks. I know that's what they're there for, but I feel like I'm spinning it around to try and find the exact one each time. I don't know. I might have to just color it in so I know where to put my thumb each time, and that way I wouldn't have to keep searching. But it's a nice feeling disc.
And as amateurs, I don't know if it would make that much of a difference. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll video 5 throws or however many different divots there are, and I'll put my thumb in each one, and we'll see if there's any difference.
Yeah.
Or if just I'm so wildly.
No, you know what? Maybe it's a good point. Maybe put your thumb where it feels comfortable to you and throw, and then move it back. And maybe it's like if you're doing it right, you know what they say, if it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. That sort of thing. So if it feels uncomfortable, maybe that's where you should actually be putting your thumb. So maybe that's a good test.
Yeah. Well, if you need a Boca Mocha, or if you need a precision, you can check them out at Disc Republic. Remember to use chain out.
Sam in the chat says he picked up a Stokely because of last week's stream. So
he got himself, I think, a Cardinal, did he? Oh, nice. Well, that's
what did
awesome.
I say?
No, a Stokely.
Oh, yeah, Stokely disc.
Yeah.
Cardinal, yeah.
And I think somebody also mentioned something about the Tapa show when we were rolling the credits there, hey? Saw another name up there.
So for those of you that were watching live on YouTube, or if you're watching afterwards, if you paid attention to the beginning titles, you would have seen that there was another name on the screen, and that would be PDGA Canada, who we would like to say thank you for making this and future episodes possible.
Yeah, it's awesome to have the support of PDGA Canada. They're doing great things, and we're glad to be part of it. And I'm working on a video. I got my PDGA membership, and I got a box for that too. So I don't know how quick I can be with these videos. It takes me a while, but I'll work on it.
You're getting there. You're getting better.
Yeah, I got a good mentor.
Yeah, right. Normally just says, yeah, you did that wrong. Do this.
Yeah, it's still
whatever. It works. Yeah. Well, we're getting, we are the giveaway podcast, Jeremy.
Okay.
It seems that way anyway. It seems like week after week you tell me, okay, this week we're giving this away. Put this up on social media.
Right.
Well, the Miss Frisbee's Fractal F7 was up on social media. We put it up there. It closed on Friday. Miss Frisbee's Fractal F7 signed Brixton card, signed F7, I should say. Also a limited edition chain out magnet.
Yeah.
That giveaway has closed. Would you like to know who won, Jeremy? We have the giveaway right here.
I want to see. I love that I have no idea until you press this button.
Exactly. Okay, here we go.
That name.
We've heard that name quite a few times before.
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations to Elizabeth DeVries.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are the lucky winner of the F7, the Brixton card, and the chain out magnet. We'll be sending that over to you shortly.
Well, we can send that out to Kamloops, or when you head on down to She's Up First, we can hand deliver it. Whatever you prefer. You just let us know. We're excited about that. I was wondering, Daryl, when the wheel was spinning, how did you get the card and the magnet to just stay on the middle of the disc? It didn't fly out of the center of the wheel there.
I like my chewing gum.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
The Brixton card is slightly not perfect, okay? Just to know that, all right?
But it has some exclusive Daryl D. No, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, so go ahead. Okay. So we also saw that Josh Ellingham had put out a nice post. I don't know if you saw it yet. It's on Facebook. He was the winner of our 500 subscriber giveaway, and we're glad to see that it made it out to him. He's got it. He was happy to have it. That was exciting to see.
That's what we like to see, yeah. We like to see it when we give these things away. We like to see that people actually get them, and maybe they're actually throwing them or using them. Or he had quite a lot of stuff to use, so
yeah, he does.
Good for him.
Sure.
Well, after this episode, be sure to...
Whoa. Record scratch. Tweak.
I could have gone off script a little bit there.
You could have, but we've got one more giveaway, my friend.
We do?
We do. And I think our listener Dylan is probably been just staring and going, are they giving it away? Are they giving it away?
You think so?
Are they giving it away? Well, I had entered into a contest to support Ontario Disc Golf, and I bet it pained them out in Ontario that an Albertan had won. But I do have my Ontario roots, so I hope that was okay. But anyways, I got this Eagle McMahon Creator Series Discmania Cloudbreaker Swirl S-Line Cloudbreaker. So it's Cloudbreaker. But anyways, this disc here is probably way too powerful for my arm. It's a beautiful disc. I wish I could throw it, but I can't. So we might as well give it away.
There you go.
So we're giving that away. We got a Can Disc Golf sticker to go with it. Maybe another goodie. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see what else we got in the tickle trunk. But
is this allowed?
What?
You enter a giveaway, you get the disc, and then you just give it away again?
Well, I donated to it. I think I can do it. It's still new. I never threw it.
You're paying it forward again, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
There you go.
So watch for that. It probably take a little bit of time for us to get that one up, but in the next week or so, you'll see that one come up.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm done now.
Is that all our giveaways for now?
That's all I got for
now. Till the next one?
Yeah. And I think we got a guest in the green room, so we should probably keep going, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to let you know that after this episode, be sure to head over to Patreon. Get the free link to join us for Around the Basket, where we chat even more disc golf. We get much more interactive with the chat, and you can help direct the conversation. Now, we have a mail call to open.
We do.
We've got lots of stuff came in the mail this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to tease anything about that?
I can. So we had Ryan O'Neill on from Brixton Disc Golf not too long ago. And right after that episode, we know that Tobin Isaac, a friend of ours from Ontario, is a big Brixton Disc Golf fan.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, boys, I might have a little care package to send you.
Right.
So he sent us a little care package, and I think I know what might be in there. Brixton, Ryan O'Neill, Tobin Isaac. Join us on Around the Basket, and we will be opening that up. We'll probably get our gloves on, and you can get a reveal of what's in the box. What's in the box?
And we'll probably talk a little bit more about our jerseys as well.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so how's the green room looking?
Yeah.
Nobody's fallen asleep 3.5 hours ahead of us?
No, they're good. They're chilling. They're giving us a thumbs up. They're
all right.
They're ready to rock.
Okay, so tonight's guest.
Ready to rock.
Ready to rock. I see what you did there. That's going to become, I think I know what the secret word is for tonight. Tonight's guest hails from McNiven's Pub. Wait, scratch that. He hails from St. John's, Newfoundland. He's been a PDGA member since 2022, but in that short time, he's really jumped into the sport, doing everything from tournament directing to sitting as the president of a disc golf club. Join us in welcoming Edgar Hartling to the podcast.
Hey, Edgar, how you doing?
Good. Still awake, which is good.
That's good. Yeah, hopefully we're not going to bore you enough to send you to sleep early. So we're glad to have you here.
If you do, we talk so much, Edgar, we'll just keep talking until you wake back up again.
Fair enough. I thought about putting on shades just to hide the eyes and see how that goes. But,
That's awesome. Well, it's really exciting to have you here. We've said on the podcast before that our podcast reaches from coast to coast to coast, but tonight you're helping us push it just that little bit further. You're a first guest from Newfoundland, and maybe tonight I can get it right and actually say you're coming to us from the East Coast, right?
Yeah. I always love listening to the podcast, and you guys always say, well, we got some stuff going on the East Coast, and then you always talk about Quebec and Ontario, and I'm like, that's fantastic, guys, but that's not real East Coast. I mean, yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, I don't know my geography very well. I think up until last year when I went to Nationals, the furthest east I'd been was Sherwood Park.
Right there.
Which is just east of Edmonton.
Yeah. It was almost like if it was east of Thunder Bay, Edgar, it was the East Coast to us at that point.
It's fair. Like, I don't think I've gone much far west of Toronto, so that's fair.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, when we were setting up the interview with you, Edgar, you had mentioned that you were going to be at Putting League tonight. Obviously, it doesn't look like you're at Putting League right now unless you have it set up in your living room. How did the Putting League go tonight?
Putting League went pretty good. Not a hugest turnout because I had to change the day this week because the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League the playoffs start tomorrow, so we moved our day back a day because this is the first year for Newfoundland having their hockey team. So we had it Wednesday night, so we had a decent turnout. I did terribly, absolutely terribly. I don't know if it was part and parcel to get done so I could get here for the podcast, or just I'm really bad at putting indoors. So no, yeah.
How do you normally have your league set up? Like when I run my putting league, it's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 5 putts, 3 rounds each, and then we kind of do a fun putt at the end. Is that kind of similar how you have it set up?
No, we have ours a little bit differently. We do like a head-to-head setup, so you'd have 2 people competing, 2 discs at a time, kind of thing. You make your first putt, you get a point. You make your second putt, you get 3 points in total.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
kind of, you play to 25, you got to win by 21, you got to win by 2. So
Right.
it's all head-to-head, single bracket knockout.
Well, that sounds like
Single
fun.
knockout
Yeah.
bracket.
We've thought about doing that for our fun putt at the end of the night. I forget what they the horseshoe is what we did it. We did it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense because one of the things about practicing putting is we can all practice indoor with no wind and no pressure. But if you know you got to sink that putt because the guy beside you did or the lady beside you did, then that puts that pressure that you're going to feel in a tournament. So I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that head-to-head kind of playoff feel of it. But yeah, it works for us because we don't have the ton of big space to do stations or distance. So we make good advantage of the space we have available to us. We have a great guy that donated the space to us. So we use what we have.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, exactly. You got to use what you got. Now, you mentioned that you didn't maybe do so well tonight. Do you have any ringers that typically show up? Is there one guy that's taking it down all the time, or do you have a good balance of skill levels?
We have a good balance. We have this is the first year now that we've actually introduced other divisions. We've actually now have a general division, an advanced division, and a ladies division, which is really good to see. We do have some ringers. We have guys that have won the league. We've only run it. No, this is our 5th time running it. There's a guy that's won it 3 times of the 5. And we have one guy that's now the defending champion. I think he's going to lock it down next week because next week's our final week. But yeah, there are definitely some ringers in there, but they're always good for the chirping at each other. So that always makes it fun. And
There you go.
I don't mind showing up, losing, and having a beer, and just always trash talking. So that's kind of my role.
There you go.
Gotcha. So if those are the ringers, who would get the award in putting league for the most fun? Who's having the most fun out there?
Most fun. It might be me because I might be the loudest one out there, but I don't know. We've had so many actual juniors this year. They're having an absolute blast because the location we use is an indoor sim indoor golf simulator store.
Okay.
It's supposed to have an indoor mini putt, and one of the mini putt holes actually has a disc golf basket at it, aside from where we have our setup for our putting league. So the juniors, not only are they competing when they're up for their shot, they're out in the mini putt, just chucking like mad. So they're constantly at it, which is really good to see. So I think they might have the most fun because they're always putting, even when the competition's not going. I'm like,
they're always going. Nice. Oh, good. Well, Edgar, you said you've listened to the podcast a bit, so you probably know at the beginning of our podcast interview, especially for a first-time interview, we want to find out how our guest got into disc golf, but we're not doing it the straightforward way. We're coming up with the crazy origin story for you. This one's based on a movie. You sit back and relax. Let's see if everyone can guess this one. I think as long as they're in our kind of MA40 range, this should be right up their alley, but here goes. So buckle in. Maybe 5 years ago, you were walking around St. John's looking for something to do. The world had changed, and at that time, you may have felt restricted, like you were in a prison, maybe even like you were in Alcatraz. So many rules, restrictions, and circumstances getting in your way at every turn. It felt like the whole town was looking to you to save them from the boredom. How about darts, you said? Nope, against the rules. I know, bowling. Negative, another wall hit. It seemed like every idea was thwarted. It was almost like there was a chemical bomb just waiting to explode and you were the only one who could defuse it. Time was running out and a friend said, "Well, Edgar, at least you tried your best." You leaned forward and said, "Your best? Everyone talks about their best. The ones who win, who figure it out, well, they're the ones who go home and celebrate like the prom queen." And with that, you grabbed a frisbee, headed to a nearby park, and let one fly. You lost it in the sky for a moment, then heard the unmistakable clang. And just like that, you'd found something that didn't need permission, didn't need a schedule, just a throw and a target. And from that day on, it wasn't just about playing. It was about creating something others could be part of, building events, growing a club, and giving people on the rock a way to get out, connect, and enjoy the game. Now, maybe that's not quite how you got into disc golf, but why don't you tell us how it really happened?
I can't see it as dramatic as the way you guys have put it. It does remind me to watch that movie again now, though. So,
all right. Well, our listeners have not got it yet. Do you know?
I'm pretty sure I do know. Should I? I don't want to like spoil it for the guesses yet. So,
oh, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
You drop it.
Oh, okay. I think I'm zeroed in on The Rock. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
that was a very poor Sean Connery impersonation.
Could you do it? What would you do?
No, because
give me a Sean Connery.
The only way I can do it is I have to get into character, and then I have to say Miss Moneypenny. But that's a different film.
Well, that was pretty good. Next time I need to give you the the accents are all Daryl.
Yeah, I guess I can jump into my history of it all. I wish I could have said it's been a long time. I would have loved to have been playing disc golf for forever. When I was back in university, I grew up in Dartmouth in Nova Scotia. My buddy Matt Gudger, who actually runs a course in New Brunswick, he tried to get me into disc golf back in '98, back when we were both at Dalhousie University. And I never had a car at the time, so I could never get to the course. It was the Hammonds Plains course, so I never ended up actually playing that course. It still bothered me because I could have been playing way back in the late '90s, wondering how bad it would still be nowadays. But yeah, then I moved to Newfoundland back in 2010, and I say probably around like just around like pandemic time or so, he messaged me and let me know that, of course, Ben Smith. You can't talk about Atlantic Canada without mentioning Ben Smith and disc golf. Was putting in a course in St. John's, so he said you got to check it out. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, well, obviously at this point. So went to our local like sportscraft sports store, picked up 2 discs. Didn't know anything about what discs to get or what ones to have, so I ended up with 2 Prodigy, what are they, the D Model S 13 speeds. But, I put them in 2 different colors, so I had a blue one and a white one, and I went out to the course and played a few rounds and all forehands. Couldn't do anything. Trying to putt with a 13 speeds was very interesting. Scores were poor, but I had an absolute blast and like drug a couple friends out and kind of just took off from there. So yeah, entered my first tournament. Of course, Ben Smith ran the tournament. Played absolutely terrible, but had an absolute blast. Couldn't stop playing. I was out weekly multiple times, and yeah, it kind of just ran from there. Like Ben has a good way of making the game fun. So I borrowed a cheap putter from one of my friends, and I guess the first tournament, the one that Flickline ran, they gave us a card for playing sports. So went out and got a range in between the 2 rounds, so I had 3 discs at that point. So it wasn't just 2 drivers trying to play around with. That's kind of where I started at, and now like what, just over 4 years. So like May 2021 was when I had my first round. So yeah, I wish I had started way much earlier, but. Yeah. I started in an A40.
There you go.
Yeah, same.
That was the same as the 2 of us too.
Exactly.
And I'd even tried it as well before. I've mentioned that, where I played it in about 99 or 96, somewhere in there. And at that time I was mountain biking, I was snowboarding. It was fine, but that wasn't going to give me the thrills I was looking for. And now it just hits the sweet spot. Mm-hmm. So
low impact, good chance to go for a hike, and you're not really hurting your body too much,
Yeah, that's it.
Hurting my pride, but not my body.
a lot more less chance of breaking a leg.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Now, for a lot of us, when we always talk about it on the podcast about the reason what made you fall in love with disc golf, and for a lot of us, it's the first time you throw the disc and you get that perfect S turn out of it, sort of thing. Was there a key memory for you? Was it something along those lines that kind of got you hooked and then you couldn't stop?
It's that cliche one, but honestly, that first time you actually got a disc to actually stand up properly and actually get that curve. But I do remember like first couple times when you first meet the community of people that are also disc golfers. A lot of the people in St. John's when they started out were ultimate players because like sports. In the pandemic, where you couldn't have so many team sports, you had just disc golf was a great substitute. You had we'd get together Saturdays or Sundays as a league. It was a very casual league. We call it a league, but it was more an excuse to get out and chuck this together. And one of our first leagues had an ace during the league play. I think it's my only league ace, and I've only ever 2 aces ever, and that was it for me. Like the minute you hit an ace during the league,
Yeah.
there's no going back.
Right.
Yes.
Every other week after that is a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, getting an ace that quick too.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes there's some people we talk to and they said it's years and years before they get the ace, and sometimes getting one that early, you think, oh, this is easy. These will be coming in bunches at this point.
I guess if your name's Tim, you get them weekly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
it's been a few years now, so it sucks. I'm constantly chasing it, but
that's it. Well, Edgar, you mentioned those 2 distance drivers, those prodigies. Do you remember what you picked up as that mid-range?
Shark.
A shark. Oh, yeah, that's a great mid-range to have.
Yeah.
Now, with those 3 discs there, none of those were the ones that you aced with, were they? Or
No. Funnily enough, we had what's his name? Tristan Tanner, who was was on the court. He actually has a connection to Newfoundland. I think his mom might be from outside of St. John's, and he actually was home during Christmas one time, and he filmed a round.
Wow.
Duration, and he actually hit a couple discs on the course.
oh,
So I went out the night after the video dropped with headlight on and flashlight on and one of his discs. Luckily enough, and I actually aced with one of them. So that's the disc that I have now. That's now actually not in my bag anymore. That one's back on the rack now, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, we've heard different stories about that. Yeah, you put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Some people will still throw it, and I think it was Paul Ulibarri who said Uli, who had said that you throw it back in the bag and it becomes the bag captain, and it kind of keeps all the rest of the discs in line and tells them, "Hey, you want to be like me? Go out there and find some chains."
Maybe that's the reason I don't have another ace afterwards pretty well.
Nice. Well, that's all right. So when you started playing, were there, like you said, Ben was just building a course in St. John's. Has much changed since then? Is it just the one course, or what's it kind of look like in the area now, kind of in that St. John's area?
In the St. John's area, we have 2 courses now. Both are man-made ones. Like our first course, Confederation Hill, was basically on a giant open field, basically a place where they used to have like concerts and whatnot. So it is literally it's a pitch and putt. Pitch and putt. That's the word. Kind of course. So I think there's 5 trees on the entire field. So not much. You can hyzer everything. It doesn't matter if you're off the fairway because you're on the fairway because it's a field.
Right.
It's a fairway.
It's a good place to launch some discs, and the only real challenge is the wind, because Newfoundland is just notoriously terrible for the wind, so that is a bit of a challenge. But other than that, it's a pretty standard course. And just over a year ago, we had our second course open up, McNiven. A lot more wood. It's still short course. It's technical but easy to play, and so it's nice to have a wood course and an open course.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what we're working with right now in St. John's. Nice to have more courses, but 2 is a good start.
Yeah.
We got, what, 8 in Newfoundland in general right now. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So I mean, we're building. We're very new to this.
Yeah, no, exactly. Everyone's got to start somewhere, and 8 courses is a great starting block. Looking at Newfoundland disc golf, what is the scene surrounding the disc golf in the area? Is it definitely on the rise?
It is, yeah. It is definitely picking up. We had our first course out in Stephenville. That was before Confederation was put in. So we've got pockets across the island. Now the island is very big. It takes well over 8 hours to drive across the island.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
The map tricks you a little bit, doesn't it, when you look at it?
You can't just drive straight across because there's only one highway pretty well. So you're kind of traversing the map of Newfoundland. So yeah. So you got pockets of disc golf community in Stephenville, which is on the west coast, close to Port Basset, to come across the ferry. Corner Brook, just a brand new kind of community in Gander, and then St. John's. Those are the main pockets.
Right.
Okay.
It's we finally got connected when we now have the course in Gander that we actually can have a tour that actually connects, because we used to have our tournaments on the west coast, and you have to spend again 8 hours or more to drive across. So you're basically spending an entire weekend to play a tournament on the west coast. But there's some really good courses out
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And I think you kind of got to it, but my next question there was going to ask, are there any courses out off of the Rock into the Labrador area, or do people kind of tend to stay on their side of the Strait of Belle Isle, or do you ever do you ever get across?
I haven't gotten across. There is a course in Goose Bay.
Yeah.
It is on the base. I haven't been there myself, no, but last year they actually had a tournament out there, part of our tour, which is really cool to see. They've got a small community out there, but hopefully I'll get a chance to get out there because I played every other course in Newfoundland. I just haven't done the one in Labrador. We also have one in Saint Pierre. I don't know if you guys know Saint Pierre in Miquelon.
No.
An island, well enough, Newfoundland. It's very close. It actually is France. It is owned by France.
Really?
You need a passport to get over there, which is really cool. Um, the local guys, he's a cameraman for one of the CBC shows, Saint Pierre on CBC. And when he was over there filming, when some poles, they have it's just a tone golf course, but it's a little 9-hole one. They're going to try to hopefully probably put some baskets in there, but a little small little course over in there where we're talking about adding it to the tour and having an international Newfoundland tour that you need a passport to compete in.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. It's pretty quick. You say, yeah, I've played in 2 countries and I didn't even have to go that far.
Yeah.
Well, and if you tell me that it's 8 hours just to get across the island, if you wanted to get to Goose Bay and you take the ferry and everything else, like how long is it taking you to get out there?
That's a great question.
Days and days and days.
I don't know. Yeah. I've only ever flown to Goose Bay, so I don't know like how long that is. But like, yeah, I wish I knew the distance to get to Goose Bay itself. It is a plane ride. I don't know if you can. Can you drive across to it? I don't think you can. I don't think there is a bridge going across from Newfoundland to Labrador, or if there's a boat as well.
Yeah, I think that I saw that there was a ferry, but yeah, we can always dig in on that a little later for sure.
There's my excuse. Like I'm a mainlander that lives in Newfoundland, so I don't have to know all of the Newfoundland information.
Yeah. You got to do the Rock proud. You got to get your knowledge going. Hey?
If it's that much of a burning question to you, Jeremy, I'm sure you can do your research and find out.
I wonder where I could find that information. Hey.
I say I've been to Labrador, just never like gone myself. I've taken the flight across for work, but that's about it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, we know there are 3 main clubs in the area. We know you've got Corner Brook, Bay St. George, and Avalon. Now, from talking to some of our other guests, we know that areas like Toronto, their clubs have a strong tie to
White Spruce,
Bronte,
Toronto Island.
Is that kind of the same thing? Do you have that vibe out there as well, or is it friendly rivalries, or are you passionate to be a part of a club?
Absolutely. Like we have the pride of being like the large club, obviously because we are the capital city. But then you got the boys on the West Coast. There's one thing I got to point out. That's one thing I've learned myself since I moved to Newfoundland is realizing the first year or two living here, when people are always referring to the West Coast, they're not talking about BC, and that was a hard thing for me to realize. This is the West Coast. I'm just talking about the West Coast of the island, and that's just because it's so far away still.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're often calling the West Coast the best coast. So there's always that kind of rivalry. So, and now we've got a new club city now in Gander that's very, very new, like this year. So we have 4 clubs now across the province. But last year we had like a club championship, and we met in Gander, and we had like doubles, singles, and kind of like a team tournament kind of thing. So there's definitely some good rivalry. We did not win last year. I was the team captain. I will take the hit on that one, but like there was some very nice rivalry. But it's really good to see the boys and the ladies and the juniors all showing up to like have their kind of like local area pride. Like we're sitting at like what last year. I don't even remember because I was the director of membership for the Disc Golf Newfoundland. We had 131 paying members across the province, which is pretty good for under 5 years of being a provincial organization. So I think it's growing, So yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I really
nice
like
little
that.
rivalries.
Yeah, I really like that idea of having those club championships. We've seen that in other areas in other provinces as well, and turning it into more of a team event as opposed to just a traditional, play for yourself tournament. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that idea of representing your club. So if it's West Coast is the best coast, what's the slogan for Avalon then?
Ouch. Yeah, we should have a slogan, shouldn't we? That kind of sucks. They've got it's such a good one when they say the West Coast is the best coast. It's
When you watch
yeah.
Avalon, that disc is gone. Something like that.
Ooh, I
No.
like that.
Hey,
It's gone. Is that a good thing? Because we live on an island, you don't want this to be gone. Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of OB.
You can interpret it any way you like.
yeah, that was good for 10 seconds worth of thought.
Yeah, there you go.
Give him a couple more minutes and he'll have something down.
Yeah, we'll get it better.
You have the rhyming scheme and the idea, so
Well, wait till we get to the draft.
Got it.
It all comes together back then.
Yeah.
But Edgar, as well, when we were looking, it was a fairly recent announcement just back in February that the 2026 Disc Golf Newfoundland Tour was announced. And it looks like a total of 4 tournaments, with 3 starting out for the event being in Stephenville, Corner Brook, and then St. John's. And then it all culminates to the provincials, which will be out in Gander. So now when you look at those 4 courses, is it a pretty good collection of different types of disc golf? Is it, is there one course that's going to be more challenging than the rest in your mind?
Absolutely. Like, yeah, there's a really good change of like some open courses and some wooded ones. We've got some pretty interesting different terrain across the province. Um, St. John's course, McNiven, is a smaller, it's a little shorter course, so you're not throwing too many drivers. It's pretty more mid putter kind of situation, but it's very like you can go with the low ceilings we have, where you come across at like Stephenville's got a phenomenal course. It's probably my favorite course to play, Whaleback. Um, it's demanding in regards that you're playing the course. It's in one of the it's in, sorry, try it again. It's on the Nordic ski trails.
Oh,
So
okay.
you've got yeah, which is great. A lot of like 2 of our courses now are using Nordic ski trails. Gander's one is also on the Nordic, which is a great, I guess, partnership because summertime they're not using that area for the skiers. And Whaleback is great because you've got a couple like short holes, but near the end of the course is really demanding with some really challenging par fives out there, which is like it's punishing, but in a fun way. If that makes any sense?
Yep, glutton for punishment here.
Absolutely. And like Corner Brook is every time I'm out there, there's always new holes or new like the team that they have out there for their maintenance on their course is phenomenal. Like they put a lot of work into it and they take a lot of pride in their course. I think it's up to 21 holes that in Corner Brook right now, but like it's up in the woods. That one's got some real good challenges in it. Gander, they did a pop-up course last year, so it wasn't a permanent structure, and they've just Smith, of course, installed the course in Gander. I haven't had a chance since it's been closed because of the Nordic ski trails. They haven't reopened for the season yet, so I haven't gotten there to play that course yet. But that's going to be our provincials this year. It'll be our 5th provincials, which is very exciting to see what that course has to offer. So yeah,
Awesome.
That's great.
Can I just give you a bit of an update?
Yeah, you bet.
We have a comment from the chat. The research has been done. 19-hour drive from St. John's to Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Without getting myself in trouble,
Cordell
what
Langford.
I would like to say about that is that deserves like a Lord Thunder and Jesus on that one. I think because 19-hour drive, and you're like, yeah, you're
nonstop
still,
probably.
You're in one province still, by the way.
Yeah.
Just this little island type province that's over on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Just 19 hours though.
There you go.
yeah. That's my buddy Cordell. He's always got the information when I don't have it. So yeah, he's my vice president. So he's got my back. So I appreciate that.
There you go.
That's awesome. Well, Edgar, you had mentioned earlier Ben Smith, and it seems like he's just like you said. If it's out there on the East Coast, he's involved. Is he involved in the Newfoundland Disc Golf Tour? Is he doing anything out to keep pushing Newfoundland Disc Golf?
He's always pushing Newfoundland Disc Golf. I think he loves the province. Like. I don't know if you've had a chance to read any of his blogs. The man like waxes poetic about this province, and I can see why. Like I moved here for a reason as well. So
yeah,
absolutely. He actually did a write up for me for to talk about it tonight. But I don't know if I'll read the entire thing because he has a way.
Of course, he did. That's awesome.
That's Ben. I mean that he's a man who likes to talk. Next year, actually, he's planning on having. Well, let me preface this. I guess 2 years ago, he had a tournament. I guess a small tour you would call it. He called it the Triple Crown Tour. He had. We had a tournament over in Cape Breton. We had a tournament in Corner Brook, and then a tournament in Stephenville. was all 3 locations spanning over 2 weeks. He had an overall champion for this kind of tournament. So we had a really good result for the tour itself. And it was, say, 2 weeks long. I ended up playing 21 rounds of disc golf over 2 weeks. My body, I was absolutely destroyed. It was the best time I've ever had. I highly recommend for everybody to do it. So I think that was sparked the idea for him to, like, I guess, show people what he's built and what the community of Newfoundlanders have built over here. He's having a tour. He's calling it the Full Circle Tour. So
Okay.
his big plan is next year in July to have as many people on the mainland come across with him on the boat from Nova Scotia to Argentia in Newfoundland and meet up in St. John's. And over this course of, I think he said, is it over a week or so he's doing it for? Yeah, it's basically a week. He's planning on doing 5 C-tier events.
Okay.
So he'd be playing in St. John's. Like what he has written down on his little write-up. Sunday, July 25th, we'd be playing at McNiven for a C-tier event. The 27th, we'd be playing in Gander. The 30th, we'd be playing in Corner Brook. August 1st, we'd be playing in Stephenville. So you're going across the province, getting a chance to see all the courses we have. I think there was a plan as well in between. Oh no, yeah, it is there. I just didn't read it. I'll learn how to read someday. July 29th in Grand Falls, we're actually got a new course that's actually going to be built. Another one by Ben. We're going to having like a brand new one in Grand Falls as well. So you're going across the entire province. Chance everybody to see Newfoundland actually has to offer in disc golf.
It's awesome.
Wow. Plan is to do, like, a social event at every stop, so you get to see a little bit of the Newfoundland culture, and you also get to play the courses. So exciting stuff. I think Newfoundland, where our regular tour that we do every year, we're going to kind of like sandwich them together. So regular events will be the tour stop events that Ben's planning, which is very, very exciting.
No, that sounds great. And Daryl's been talking to me, Edgar, about winning the lottery. He's been talking about that for a while. And we've already got, after all of our conversations with Luke Richard and then with Duncan and with Ben. So we got to get to Dieppe. We got to get to Wentworth. And then we got to just maybe hop over on the island and get the rest of the way around and do a whole East Coast Maritimes tour.
Yeah. There's just one piece
missing. Yeah, he's got to set up so we can have like camping at most of the courses too. So you wake up in the morning, you stretch, throw a couple putts, and you're on the course.
Oh,
I mean,
awesome.
What more do you want?
Not much. I don't ask for a lot more than that.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, over here at the Chain Out podcast, we do our Chain Out episodes. We also have our Patreon where we do our Around the Basket. But now as the season's starting to pick up, soon we're going to be covering all the A tiers in our fantasy league that we do as well. And when we ever have our guests on, if we ever have a guest that is from a certain area, we always kind of like to get some inside knowledge. So with some of the A tiers being out there, I'm thinking the Dieppe Open, maybe something around those lines. We want to know, who are the MPOs and FPOs to look out for? Are there some that have been out there winning every week that we should be looking for? Some names that we should know? Or, is there any up-and-coming young MPO, FPOs that are going to be making a name for themselves?
There's not too many, I guess, MPO players in the province. I think we've had a total of like
Okay.
Most of our guys and ladies are playing your MA1, FA1, MA2. We got some really good juniors coming up in the courses now. Like we're so new, it's hard to say that there's any like pros out there. We've had one Newfoundlander. He won the Canadian for, I think it was the MA50.
Okay.
Or 40. When it was the Canadian Nationals in PEI. Gotcha. And I'm trying to think of any up and comers. I mean, like, we're still so raw that it's hard to like,
What I'm hearing is take your pick a name, and they could be that one.
That's
you
right.
could get lucky.
Any person, any tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting because, like, who knows where we come from,
Yeah.
No, that'll be good to watch, and it's kind of that's nice too because you're really gonna watch that growth. And with those young players, like we look, one of the young players we've got our eye on is out in Ontario. There is Nico Forbes, and just every forehand he throws is like 3 times as far as mine could ever be, and then he putts from just as far. And just watching as young players get into the sport, and for you guys being 5 years in, some of those young players are just going to start hitting that stride, and then you're going to have these ones that go, just give us about 5 more years, and they'll be, well, it doesn't even take that long. I think when they're young, right? You look at Rebecca Dawn, 18 on the Pro Tour. So
there's a young fellow in our league now that he's got like that like Gannonburg kind of build where he's got a whip on him, and I'm just like, it's impressive to see like the growth that he's had. He's got he's got a golf background in him, and it's like if he really wanted to, I think he could really like surprise us. Like he's got that like lanky build that like the disc wheel move if he puts something on it, and it's exciting to see. He takes it very casually and fun. He's a really good kid, and I'm like, I'd love to see him kind of push for it, but I don't know if that's passion he has, but it's really, really cool to see him play.
Wow.
Well, you got to give us his name.
He's our junior member on our board. His name's Keegan Pender. He's a keen guy. He's very, very good, very smart, very organized, and like I'm hoping he picks up and plays a disc golf a bit more. I'd like to see the competitive side of him come out. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to predict the future. Don't want to pressure or anything like that. But you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Keegan Pender.
Well,
there you go.
I think what we'll say, Edgar, is if Ben Smith comes across with that tour, get Keegan tied up with him there, and if he gets a week and he's got Ben's ear for that week, I think that's a recipe for success.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, if we get a little bit closer to home for you, you currently are the president of the Avalon Disc Golf Club. And how long have you been on the board, and when did you take on the president role?
Well, we created the club back in 2023. A couple of people that I happen to know that were in the like-minded that saw the need for a club outside of the provincial body. The provincial body had already existed. So we came together and incorporated back. I jumped on the role of president immediately. I've been the only president we've had. So we've had, 2 AGMs now, and luckily they keep voting me in. I keep accepting it. And sucker for punishment, and so we've got a board of 9 people with us right now. So which is a good amount of like volunteers that are willing to put in the effort, which is really cool to see. Our first year we only had 3 people, and it was tough. It's a lot to do, and there's only so many hours in the day. Like I found myself while I was working on the phone as well, trying to do disc golf stuff while working at the same time. And all my free times have been eaten up trying to play disc golf and organize disc golf because there is that need. But like, it's really cool to see that the volunteers and the community's really rallied around us. So I think we're hitting close to 40 to 50 members last year in our club. So it's really good. We've got now repeat events like our putting league, our Sunday league, our tournaments every year, our club championship, which you guys were very happy and very kind to highlight, and took a little fun at our sponsorship of a pub. But it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that was all from a place of fun and jealousy. I think.
Yeah, I think there's some jealousy in there for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, and the fact that we want to go and play it next year if it's going to be at McNiven's Pub again.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. It's like 2 seconds away from the course, and it's just that nice little neighborhood pub that's got like that kind of like Don Cherry's sports bar kind of feel to it, but in a very small like location, but cozy. Right. And beer on tap. I mean, what more do you want?
Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and Daryl, I think while we're on it, like Edgar's brought it up, and I think we got to get there. So
sure.
When we did that little bit of a deep dive, obviously we talked about it on the podcast. We said, it was a session at the pub, and then a disc golf tournament broke out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, you've got McNiven's Pub, you got McNiven disc golf course. I think you got McNiven Place. You got a street. You got to give us a little bit of the history. Do you know what the background is on a McNiven and why it's all over the place?
don't know the name history of McNiven itself. Like the area that the course actually occupies is known as Airport Heights because it's in close proximity to the airport itself. Um, Pub is owned by a local businessman. We thought we'd have an opportunity to talk to him about. He is a sponsor on our Hole One, and I wanted to jump on CPB interested in sponsor of our club championship because it's a perfect fit. Of course, it's called McNiven McNiven Disc Golf Park because it's up in McNiven Park on McNiven Place. Like, if you go to the bar, it's funny how their menu, it's regular pub fare. It's nothing too fancy, but it's all very good food. But every single item on the menu is named after a different street in the area.
Oh,
So you've got like I can't remember if it's like the McNiven Fish and Chips or
That's awesome.
Perfect.
It's clever. It's a great sense of community. He gets it. Like we're not trying anything big. It's purely a neighborhood pub. So why not have the items named after streets in the area? So,
After the neighborhood.
It works really well.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits.
Like
It's perfect.
I'm a big fan of kind of promoting the community aspect of disc golf. So like not just going out and playing around and going in your car and driving off. Like go down to the pub. I'm not sure if you're a drinker or not. That's fine. You can have a water or a Pepsi. Sitting around and talking about it a bit too, and hanging out and like building those like relationships. So having a pub like that so close is ideal. So we don't do it every week, but like usually every tournament we'll have our awards and our door prizes and whatnot, and have some food at the pub. And I
Yeah.
think it's just a great way of like building it up. And they know us now, and they love us dropping in, so they usually have the main table all laid out for us and ready to go. So we have our club championship trophy on the wall.
Nice.
It's year round. It's perfect community of it all.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
You sold. I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we can pull it back to the club for a little bit and your role as president, you mentioned that you've been there. You're the unseated president. What are some of as you look forward? What are some of the like the goals or the initiatives that you're working on as president for the club in the area?
Obviously, right now it's going well with the tournaments and the leagues that we run. So we've got a good rhythm because we've now done it for a year or two. So those regular events, we keep regurgitating them, so to speak, because they're successful. So it's great. Those ones are already established. Now it's about, I guess, growing the juniors and the ladies side of disc golf. This year we're putting together our first school tournament, which is really exciting. So we're trying to get some more. When we realize that most of our players are in that 20 to 40-year-old white men, you've got to be able to continue the sport because eventually we're going to be too old to throw discs. So yeah, you got to look at the schools and the young fellas. And that's where actually our board member Keegan had the idea of having a school tournament, which is fantastic. So we sent out the information packet yesterday actually. So beginning of May, we're going to have the first school tournament on our courses. It's going to be a mix of junior highs and high schools first year. So it's going to be one school's going to be the winner. It's going to be both junior high and high school right now, just to get people out. It's going to be free for everybody to come and play. We're going to hopefully have some sponsors and some prizes for it, and it's going to be like you can have as many people from your school attend and play from each school. That's what your scores are going to be, and the best scores going overall. So that's our big initiative right now is to get some juniors out there. Hopefully build some more courses in the Avalon, but I'd like to look at some more of the outside of St. John's, like the outskirt communities. So it'd be nice to have like somewhere in Paradise. That's where I live right now, is in Paradise, just outside of St. John's, and all the other like the roving communities. We have two in St. John's. Is fantastic, but it's nice to have a couple more courses lined up. I'd love to have 15 courses, so I don't know where I'm going to play today.
Yeah, wouldn't we all?
We all want, exactly. We all want that.
Well, and kind of talking about that with St. John's and of course the surrounding area and such, have you found like, every club seems to have to work to build a relationship with the city, and some cities are more accepting and ready to work with disc golf clubs, and other ones it takes a bit to build that relationship. How is it with St. John's from your viewpoint? Do they get it? Are they ready to support it, or where are you at that way?
I think they're getting it. I don't think they did get it. The city council is not the I guess the easiest to get along with sometimes. It took a lot of like finagling. I wasn't on that side of it. Or I love St. John's. I just wish we would get a little bit caught up in the conversation. So that's why I say I'd love to talk to some of the other communities about putting in some courses. They're understanding what we're trying to do. Like we're not trying to like. I guess people have the concept of disc golf where it's still new in the province. That disc golf is similar to golf, where you're taking up a huge footprint,
Yeah.
you're destroying nature and so forth. Where we don't, we love nature. The number one thing that disc golfers want is to be in nature.
Yeah.
Like disc golf is about going for a hike and throwing some discs while you're hiking. I, that's my opinion of it all. So, like, I think now that we've installed the course and we maintain the course and we put off community events and we're constantly cleaning the place, that the city understands what our goals are is to get people out and get active, also enjoy the nature that already exists. And I think they're understanding it now with McNiven. They see what we're putting in there, and I'm hoping that's going to build the relationship. Like we've petitioned the city recently is to expand the area that we currently have for the course, so we can actually put more layouts. And I'd love to put a little mini putting course off the side of the main layout we have currently. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little caught in mouth talking. But yeah, the city I think is coming around to it, but it's been a bit of a I don't want to say pushback. I just don't know if they 100% understood what disc
Yeah.
golf was and what we were looking for. So yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
And I
again,
think
it's
that,
new.
yeah, exactly. I think a lot of disc golf clubs would say the same thing, that, and it's one of those things that the more you put in and the more you work with them, the more that they kind of get it. And sometimes I think from our point of view, from the Edmonton area, there's a couple people in the city that understand it and get it, but then there's other people that you have to pass things through as well, and they don't get it.
Yeah.
And then it's just trying to explain to them what it's all about, and it's
Or you get lucky like Grand Prairie and Calgary, and you get somebody on the council that is a disc golfer.
That's true.
And then it's on. Then you got a
Free
lot.
for all.
You skip a few steps on your way in. So.
yeah.
That's what we found, I guess, with Cornerbrook. Actually, the city council was so on board with them, and like they've got such a fantastic relationship. The councilors are out there all the time, actually playing with the people, and like they've got a setup where like whenever they put in new power lines, the mulch they get, they drop it to the course, they can put it out on the course. Like they're constantly trying to work together, which is like, oh,
Yeah.
what a dream.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be just wonderful? Not to constantly have to fight through the red tape.
Exactly.
No, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe they'll hear this podcast and they'll recognize, wow, look at all these people who they actually made a podcast about this sport.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you mentioned there earlier about your role as president, trying to get more courses in the ground, running tournaments, putting your league and all those sort of things. We've seen that you've put on quite a few events around Newfoundland or around St. John's and all around that area. We see that you've got an NADGT event planned with a friend of the show, Kevin King. We also see that you've got a CWE event planned with another friend of the show, Andrea Michaud. How have those two events been received? Is it everybody's just chomping at the bit to get onto them?
Absolutely, I think right now, like the CWE, we're still like very new in trying to get the lady presence, I guess, in disc golf.
Yeah.
But like working with Andrea, who's like an absolute workhorse. My God, the hours and the time that lady puts into disc golf and ladies disc golf, and just like her passion is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we put off a tournament last year. We had 9 people show up for it. It was fantastic. The ladies had an absolute blast. I had fun. I got myself a players pack because we had some extras, which is phenomenal. We're doing it again this year. We're hoping to get. I'm shooting for 20 people for this one, so I hope to get 20 ladies out. We're really plugging it and seeing how it goes. I've been really pushing for Andrea to come down. She said she might.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really holding it to her. It's live, and she said that she was going to come. So I'm gonna like put her feet to the fire that I'm waiting for her to register.
Yeah. If
But,
there's a chance that Andrea can be there, I know she will.
Yeah, and everybody along the way there will know about everything. Right?
Exactly.
And it'll be awesome.
She'll go there and she'll bring 3 or 4 other people with her.
That's right. And they won't even be people she started with. She'll just meet them along the way and bring them with her.
Yeah, she seems like that kind of personality. Yeah,
100%.
I've only ever talked to her online, but she's just absolute sweetheart. So I'd love to just even nothing else play around with her, just so pick her brain in person. Like she's a good thing for disc golf in general.
Absolutely.
100% agreed.
And I can't wait honestly for the NAGD tour because I can play that one. I have trouble saying the NADGT. Yeah. I stumbled over into an NGT tour.
Try doing an interview with Kevin King and saying it about 20 times.
That was our biggest tournament. Well, I'm not the biggest tournament, but like one of our more popular tournaments last year, just because the player pack provide the value add that they sent for this tournament is phenomenal. And we were talking about it at a putting league tonight. Actually, ours was sponsored or was partnered with Discmania last year, like House of Discs.
Yeah.
And player pack disc, the MD3, the Metal Flake MD3 was absolute hit. That was the disc of the summer, we were calling it. Like everybody had one. Everyone still has one in their bag. So what a fantastic disc. So instead we're going with Discraft and Discmania just to mix it up.
Good.
But yeah, no, that tournament is also a fantastic time. Again, like the fact that they've got it all packaged together. I like those kind of tournaments where I don't have to do a lot of effort other than promote it and show up to the course and make sure it looks good. Kevin does a great job of putting together a player pack that's worthwhile. So I show up, he's got everything ready for me, and it's run smoothly and it's a great time. And then you have the opportunity to, if you want to go down to the States, or now that we have an East Coast championship, which is really cool to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he says East Coast Championship, but it's a go back. But hey, it's step in the right direction. Eventually, we'll convince him that it gets really huge to have an Atlantic Canada, an East Coast, and then a West Coast championships. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that tournament. That's going to be kind of like our initial tournament of the spring. So, it's May, so if you spring or summer, but it's our first tournament that we'll be playing of the year outside of the ice bowl we had, which is a fun tournament. I don't consider that one to be it is a real tournament, but when you're playing in the winter and the snow and the ice, it's a different kind of beast. And an AGT tour is going to be like the summertime where you're really like, all right, we're opening up. We're not having to wear a parka and we actually play some disc golf.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, and I think as we've learned tonight too, it's hard to call it an East Coast finale when you call the West Coast the other side of the island that you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, Edgar, we're getting to the part of the show where Daryl, I think this one's just going to write itself, but I'm going to do it anyways. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. As I was doing my research, I noticed an interesting geographical fact that starts back in your stomping grounds of Great Britain. Your stomping grounds. Yeah. So we're going to start there. I'm calling this the land trail to Canada.
Right.
So if you start in Great Britain, you'll be in your first land. You'll be in England.
Yeah.
Right? You move west, you'll head to Ireland, then on to Iceland, then on to Greenland, and then you'll be a Newfoundland. You'll be in Canada.
Right.
So if you go through all those, it's interesting that not only are all of those lands, they're also islands. So speaking about islands.
Wow.
Island
Seamless
discs. Picture
transitions.
this.
I love
You've
it.
taken a relaxing cruise, however the ship goes down. You manage to swim to an island, and fortunately for you, there's an 18-hole disc golf course. Which 3 discs are you taking with you on the island?
I know. He's so good at it. Some of them you can see miles away. Some of them he slides in under the radar, and I wonder where he's going. But that one hit me like a Mack truck.
Yeah.
It's that part of the podcast where we find out that you're on this cruise. It goes down. You only had 3 discs in your bag with you. It's your final 3 discs. You swim to an island. Which 3 discs are you taking with you to this island?
Oh, it's been like the debate all week long. I was making my notes for this week just to make sure I didn't skip over anything. And this one was the hardest part to just kind of like zero in on because I'm a guy that has a lot of different molds in my disc in my bag. And
Yeah.
I had 2 of the 3 absolutely locked down. It made sense to me. definitely have to have my passion.
Okay.
I have to have a berg.
Okay.
I know because like, at least I can putt with the berg. It's more my approach disc, but
Yeah.
it also works as a putter in that scenario. Totally fine. Passion I can use as a mid and as a fairway. I don't have huge arm speed, so anything over an 8 or 9 speed is useless to me most of the time. So
I,
passion's great for that. Now my big debate has been what's the third disc.
right. Okay.
I had 3 discs, and I was like, I had either a tempo, a rock, or a steeg.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All three in that mid range, all
Yeah.
doing 3 different things.
Right.
And it's tough to decide, but it was like gun to my head if I had to. The rock, I could dump it because the passion, kind of, if I just threw the passion slower, it could work as well.
Fair.
I'm going to drop the rock. Steeg, I love him just because I'm a Castoplast guy. I absolutely will throw all of their discs. I think right now, actually, I only have a Castoplast bag. I was trying it out to see if I could play a full round with just Castoplast discs, and it worked out. Love the Steeg. I think it's going to be my workhorse disc of the year. But I got to pick the Tempo as my third disc. I think it's just Tempo's a solid disc, and I'm a huge Big Germ fan, so I have his Tour series. I just throw it because it's him. So yeah, I got to go with the Tempo. It's a great kind of like I don't call it an approach. It's kind of more of a mid for me, but it's got that nice fade at the end. It's just it works well for me, and it just looks cool in my bag. So
All right.
I think that might.
So
I'm on board with Edgar there. Those tempos are sweet, especially those dragonfly ones of Big Germs.
Yeah.
And if you put those on a forehand when I actually can throw a forehand,
Yeah.
they'll just always fix my forehand for me when I throw them.
Yeah. All right. So we got the Berg, soft or hard plastic.
I have all soft pretty well, so I think I'm a soft one. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, I putted with hard K1s, but I like a soft Berg as well. The Passion, what plastic are we going for that?
Good question. I had I recently got the Sparkle Glow. What is the plastic that I have? Is it just Sparkle Glow? Is it I don't know.
You're the plastics
guy.
guy.
I'm not too hot on Discraft, so I'm gonna go with you on
the Sparkle Glow. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what we're going. Dylan's in the chat. He'll let us know exactly what it is. But okay, we're gonna go with the Sparkle Glow Passion, and then I'm guessing you're probably gonna be going with the Fission Proton Fission plastic for the Tempo.
I got to. I've got an affinity for dragonflies, and I got an affinity for Big Germ. So I mean, like, it's in the bag. It's not coming out.
Perfect. Well, when you get to this island, we said there was an 18-hole disc golf course on the island, but if you could transport any course that you've either played or it's on your bucket list to play, which course would you have on the island?
Well, the problem is I have there's more courses, like 99% of the courses I haven't played.
There's more courses you haven't played than you have. Yeah, that's true.
Which is, it's tough to narrow that down. Like, I've played, I think, 15 courses in my time. So, for a dream course, I mean, it's cliche, but who wouldn't want to play Maple Hill all the time?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's up there as one of the more favorite disc golf courses. I don't know if I have the skills to be playing that course, but sure would like to learn.
And you'd have the time.
You'd have the time with those 3 discs, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But if I had to pick a course that I've played that would be one I'd pull over, I think I'd have to pick Whaleback out in Stephenville. I absolutely love that course. It's a fun one. It's not everybody's favorite one in Newfoundland, but it is definitely mine. Yeah, what they've done with that course is fantastic. I don't play well at it either, but I love playing it. So that's why I enjoy the punishment that it gives me.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Well,
yeah, that can be said about any course.
It's funny because it's essentially we said West Coast a couple of times, but if we talk about the West Coast and we talk about Victoria, Vancouver Island, we've had some guests on from there.
Yeah.
And now we've got Edgar on from the Rock. They're actually living desert island discs every day is
Exactly.
essentially what they are. So
yeah.
so this is probably not as hard for them. What do you mean? So you mean when I go out and just grab 3 discs from my bag and I play?
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what I do.
I call that Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
We are island disc golfers. That's just what we do.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's perfect. Well, Edgar, that brings us to the end of the interview here. But before we let you go, we want to give you a chance to shout out anybody, any sponsors, anybody you want to give a shout out, or if there's anything else you might want to mention, now is your chance.
Geez, you guys let me talk a whole bunch already. I don't have too much to shout out. Thank you guys for having me on here just to talk about Newfoundland disc golf. Like, it's really cool to be able to speak about the sport that I love and the province that I've called home now. So, I mean, thanks for all the work for DJNL and ADG, all of the board members and volunteers that have put in the work to make disc golf what it is right now in Newfoundland. Obviously, Click Line and Ben Smith for coming over to build the courses. I mean, yeah, I don't have much more to say than that. It's really cool to see the growth that we have. I'm sorry, my cat's belly. But yeah, it's really cool to see the growth that we've had in this province and seeing what more we can do with it. So yeah, let's have some more people that are outside the island come play it with us. Come see what we have to offer and give us some tips and what we can do to make it even better. But yeah. Come to Newfoundland.
I don't know what more you need. Yeah. A 5-day tour and a pub.
Yeah.
Right next to the course.
That's right.
Camping right on the courses. What more do you need?
How can I sell it any more than that? What do I have to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Every basket of wings and a beer that you buy, you get a free mid-range or something.
I thought you were going to say a basket of wings at a basket.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, something like that. We'll work with McNiven's Pub. We'll start workshopping some promos, some disc golf promos. But Edgar,
hey, maybe in the future we could do an episode from McNiven's Pub.
Oh, live from McNiven's.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah. Well, Dieppe Open is where the
putting
where the
provincial
or where nationals is going to be, and let's make it a 2-week trip. And whew, be awesome. Well, Edgar,
you know someone from the area, so I mean, hey.
Yeah, we might know a couple friends in the area for sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for all you're doing out there to grow the sport and helping connect us to the Newfoundland community as well, because we've really wanted a chance to talk and get to know more about it, and we feel like we've got that. And if there's ever anything from you or any of the other board members out there that you'd like us to shout out and share with the other Canadian listeners that we have, let us know. We'll plug it into that top of show that we've been developing, and yeah, we're excited to connect with you some more.
Perfect. Thank you guys for having me on here. This has been absolutely a blast. It's, as I said earlier when we had our little setup, it's interesting interacting with a podcast I listen to on the regular. I'm just so used to like listening to you guys, but actually be able to communicate with you it's trippy, but it's been a lot of fun.
And we're not as scary as we might look. I don't know that we're scary, are we?
Yeah, I don't know. At least now you get to put faces to names and our voices. So
exactly.
Perfect.
Good stuff. Well, you got to get to bed, my friend. If you do what you want to do, but it's late. So
awesome. Thanks for your time, Edgar. And we'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you too.
Well, Daryl, that's another first.
Yeah.
Yeah, another first. Our first Newfoundland guest.
There you go.
Yeah, and to think about it, like just as Edgar had mentioned, we kind of were, just having fun like we like to do, and talking about the Avalon Disc Golf Club finales and the tournament, and how, well, there's no scores. I guess they were just too busy at the pub. Exactly. And it all evolved into developing a relationship and then getting a chance to have Edgar on. And it's fantastic. And surprised. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Ben Smith is out there.
Right.
He's got his hands in there helping and making things happen. So
yeah. One thing I didn't get a chance to ask him, I was going to ask him, and then it kind of disappeared from my mind. Like I talk about anything past Manitoba being the East Coast. I wonder if when they talk about Saskatchewan and Manitoba, if they call that the West Coast.
Yeah, I think he was saying a little bit about that. I don't know if he said the same way that way, but it's like, I think I told you growing up, I remember being a kid and learning about the Calgary Olympics and coloring pictures of Sprinkle and Sparkle or whatever the mascots' names were. Yeah. And all I could think of is it was like, if you go west, there will be mountains and cowboys. Right. And apparently Sprinkle and Sparkle, that was about all. I didn't know where they were doing these Olympics, how they could, because it's just mountains and cowboys out there and tumbleweeds. And tumbleweeds is actually true. The rest, I don't know. But
are you sure it's Sprinkle and Sparkle? Are you sure it's not Sparkle and Glow?
Oh, it could be. Was it? It might be.
Secret word.
It might be. Oh yeah, it could be. So yeah. So what a great guy, sticking up and hanging out with us for 3.5 hours. It's like midnight his
I know
time.
he had messaged just before, we said about the show and who we had on, and he's like he'd love to stay and look at watch us live, but we're just too late for him.
Yeah.
And here we go, able to stay up for us this one time and be a guest on the podcast. So
that's fantastic.
We're appreciative.
So we might have to write him a note for work if he's not 100% tomorrow when he gets to the job.
Yeah.
We'll have to be like mom and dad writing saying, Edgar is a little tired today. It was our fault, not his.
Yeah.
There you go. But speaking of it, you mentioned it already. We need a secret word.
Well, I mean, we can go sparkle glow.
We could.
What did we say in the beginning?
You thought maybe was it the rock?
The rock.
That would be pretty easy. McNiven's is an easy one too.
McNiven's, put that. So if you have listened this far in the episode, if you're watching this back, please leave a comment and let us know that you got this far in the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Try and include the word sparkle glow, McNiven's, the rock. Put it in a sentence.
What would you order from the pub menu at McNiven's if you were there?
Tanya says, wasn't it Heidi and Howdy?
Oh, no, I don't think it was. I don't know if it was Heidi and Howdy. They didn't look like that. Maybe it was something else.
It was something else.
Maybe you're right, Tanya. It's been a long time. I just remember they had like spiky hair and they were more like cartoon figures. They were like mascots is what they were. They weren't people.
Sam says, "Dear Edgar's work." Oh, before I forget, we had a question from a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, okay.
Right at the very beginning, but I didn't get a chance to get to it because we had the guest waiting, and you know me, I like to keep the chat involved.
I think I might have saw it. Was it that person who, ironically won the Firebird from Project 15?
It would be that person. Long-time listener, first-time commenter. I'm curious to know which disc is currently scheduled to be your workhorse disc for 2026.
Oh, you can guess mine without even me saying anything. I know mine changes depending on the wind and which way the wind blows. Sometimes, you might have said,
"Oh, it was out of bed.
It was a Mantra. It was an M4. It was a Votum." But I think you know what it is right now.
Is it going to be your workhorse?
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be the disc that you throw? I'm thinking your trail.
Yeah, it's my trail.
But would you throw the trail on? I'm just thinking at Rundle Park here.
Okay.
You're probably not throwing the trail on any of the first 6 holes. Maybe 4.
I could throw it on hole 2, hole 3, hole 4.
You could, but I don't think you are. I think you're throwing something else.
7, 8, 9. I've thrown it on 11.
7, 8, 9.
I've thrown it on 12.
12, I could
13,
possibly see you throwing it.
14.
Okay, this is all right. Maybe it is. I don't
16,
know if I would say.
17.
I don't know if I would say it was your workhorse, but that's
14,
so that's going to be your workhorse.
That's
trail.
my workhorse. Yeah.
Until you get out and throw the
Until
chain.
I throw the Boca.
Oh, I was going to say the precision.
The Boca. And what about you?
I mean, I think it's going to be my T-Bird.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a T-Bird? Because I didn't know if it would be. Because I know you like it, and I know it's been your one disc. Is it going to be the one?
It's going to be my T-Bird, or it's going to be a rock.
Oh, like a rock. Hey, that's rock. Convenient that tonight it might be the rock.
There you go. Dylan says the new Sextons look nice.
Oh,
yeah, it's all Sextons
Firebirds
look nice.
will always look good.
Always look good.
We'll have to ask him about those when we
Sonia
chat
says,
with him later on the show.
As per Google, it's Heidi and Howdy.
Oh,
so you were wrong.
Thank you.
I don't know what you were coloring in sparkling.
I got to take a look at the pictures of them. Now, could you see them being called Sparkle and Glow when you take a look at
Sprinkle and Sparkle?
Sparkle. Shows how much I paid attention.
Yeah.
Cowboys, mountains, Sprinkle and Sparkle.
Wow. Tanya says she thinks so. Both Beatty and I touched the torch that year. Chris ran with it.
Oh.
In Powhatan, and it crossed across the Crunchy.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
well, Tanya,
getting someone to run with the torch. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And I will do something that I have no problem doing. I was wrong. And you could actually hit a button for Tanya.
But you're wrong.
There you go, Tanya. That was just for you.
There you go. Well, awesome. Well, if you listen this far, you know what we'd like you to do. Head over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Get onto Instagram, Facebook, follow us over there, like, comment, put everything, do all the things you can to help build some more excitement around the podcast so we can bring you more awesome guests like Edgar tonight and the ones that we have coming up soon. If you've done all that, you want to support us further, go over to Patreon. Tons of levels to join at, including free. And if you jump on one of the paid levels, you get bonuses like what? You get to get free entry into all of our contests.
Yes.
And when we do finally, you get a sneak preview to the jerseys, whether you're any level of Patreon. You get to see that, and you might even get some
behind the scenes of other things that we might be coming up in the future.
Yeah, is there discounts possibly that might be coming if you're on that paid Patreon too?
Yeah, I definitely think there is. I think we've teased that before in the past that when we do get merch, there will be definitely discounts for Patreon members.
So that's awesome. Okay, and then, of course, we got Around the Basket coming up next. We're going to open up that package from Tobin Isaac. We're going to talk about the Queen City Classic that's happening here, and we need that Heiser one-and-done flips pick, and we got to chat about that, get that pick in tonight, and the backup, too.
Sonia knows what time it is.
Oh, what time is it? Ooh, dad rap time, otherwise known as the drop.
Do you ever do that sometimes when you just don't know when to stop and you keep going and you're like,
you thought I should have stopped sooner?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I thought it was like, let the beat drop.
All right. Is everybody sitting comfortably?
Now
All
we
right.
can begin.
Then we will begin. Out on the rock where the wind does blow.
Edgar's growing disc golf, throw by throw.
Putting leagues, tournaments, clinics, and more.
The Avalon Club's growth is starting to soar.
McNiven's the course where the chains ring clear.
McNiven's the pub has your fish and chips and beer.
From clubs to courses, there's so much allure.
This summer sign up for the Newfoundland tour.
Gander to St. John's, the beauty will leave you in shock.
Why would you play anywhere other than on the rock?
Put the reps in this spring as the flowers start to sprout.
And pretty soon when you crash the basket, you'll never
Chain out. Thanks, everybody.